I am so sorry, everyone, that I am late. I know I'm an hour behind, but I had to do some errands, and unfortunately, it took quite a bit longer than we were expecting it to take. Because we had to run by, so we physically take our trash to the dump here, and unfortunately, or just the timing was bad, that school is back in session for like elementary through high school here in America, and so we went out just as like elementary schoolers were getting out on our second run, and so it like cut into our time horrendously. Oh my gosh, so sorry. We'll still be doing the 2-hour stream. It's just going to be from 4 to 6 instead of 3 to 5. Sorry for everyone who was expecting me to start at 3 and I wasn't there. For all of you who are joining me on YouTube, welcome. This won't affect your upload schedule, lucky you all. Once again, messing around with my mic settings and where to place my mic, because I'm a naturally loud person, and so the mic is, I'm peaking quite a bit, no matter how much I do the settings, because of where I put the microphone. So let's see how this one turns out. My name's Poetentate, but I go by Poe, and welcome to my Honkai stream. So we're gonna start out by seeing these text messages, but before that, I'm gonna show you where we're at. So this is what we're gonna be doing today. So we're gonna be doing more of the treasure hunt event. I've gotten through the first level, the first rune, but both in the surface and in the deep exploration. Challenge not open yet. I don't know if it's not open because it's physically not available yet, or just because I haven't done rune 2 yet. But we will be doing all the runes that time allows and that are available. So that's what we will be doing today. We've gotten this event done. In the last stream, we were able to pull both Kafka and Luca. So I have both of them. I have not done her companion mission yet. I was going to do that at a later point, because it's not time sensitive. For those of you, just as a reminder, there is a web event. Hey, welcome! I am so sorry I'm late to my stream. Real life errands took way longer than I was expecting, but hey, thank you for popping in, even if I am late. I'm so sorry. It was supposed to be 3. I have it on the schedule thing as 3. It's just I physically was out of the house until like 3:50 because of errands. We were trying to time it and I was late. So today it was not. It's just because I was late. Very unprofessional, I know. But yeah, for just as a reminder, for those of you who are watching my stream, there is a web event that's going on right now. Get some easy Stellar Jade, do the web event. It's really short, easy enough. But yeah, it is supposed to, at least for the time being, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, 3 to 5. I was just late today, which is why it's 4 currently, at least for me. But yeah, so there's a web event going on. We're currently going to do the limited event, and then I will show you what I've been up to. I have the, I've done all the simulated universe for this week. I have that maxed out. I've been able to get this 5-star card saved up for it, and I've gotten its first superimposition using the simulated universe. As you can see, I have this one fully superimposed as well from the simulated universe. And then to show you my characters, so I was able to get Luca all the way up to 60 and his light cone up to 60. I have not started his traces yet, though. And for my other new character, I have Kafka up to 60. I'm getting her light cone up to 60. I should be able to get it to 60 today, and then once I get her light cone to 60, I will be working on her traces some more. I have gotten a few of them. Ooh, you got Luca? Nice. You say EU account. Do you have multiple accounts, or just like, is the EU your main account? But yeah, I started on her traces, and so once I get her light cone up to 60, I'll work on her traces, and probably once her traces are maxed out, I get the tough decision on if she's gonna replace my Jing Yuan on my main team. Okay. I accidentally made an EU account when I first started this game because for some reason when I loaded it up, it just automatically dropped me in an EU account and I was not paying attention, and so I just started playing the game on it. And so like my first stream is all on my EU account. And then after that, I noticed it was the EU account, and I'm like, oops. And so off stream, I then got back to the point I was at in the other account. Life is on a north.
As dew on a leaf. They're full of worthless strife.
Quiet. And so I redid it for my North American account. I think there's like a light cone that I don't have on this account that I have on my EU account. But other than that, they're mostly the same at this point because I haven't touched my EU account since I figured out that I was accidentally playing on one. But yeah, I will get to make the decision on if I replace Kafka or replace Jing Yuan with Kafka once I get her fully maxed out to where everybody else is. I'm very curious about something just happened apparently. Okay. Is about the order that they put these characters in, because like I cannot figure out the order. Is it just like how powerful they are or what? Like is it by their path that they follow? It can't be that. It might be that, actually. Oh yeah, they are in order of their path, because all the hunt characters are together, all the destruction characters are together, all the harmony. Okay, so that's how they're sorted. I was trying to figure out how they were sorted, but they're just grouped in by their path together. And then their paths, I don't know what the order of their paths are, but because it's not alphabetical. Oh, that's nice. I don't have a single 5-star that's of the same path. They're all different paths. Anyway, so we will be doing... Oh, Natasha's on here. Anyway, why are you always sad? Every single time I get on this dang, like, train, you're sad about something. Do you think the lights in the coach are too dull? I like them. They're good, like, soft light, warm light. Thank you. I hope you have a good, that you have good, bleh, if I can speak. I hope your sleep goes well, that you have good, uninterrupted, sleep cycles. Pure and intense shade of green. What do you think? Feels very naturey, huh? Just turns off the lights for melancholy. Disco. It's a raid. Energy saving black, green lane colorway, or dizzying and vibrant colorway. Green. Okay, now that you're not so sad. Alright, let's check our messages. We got some new text messages. Hi, Kalis. Who is this? Forget me again already? To be fair, I can't blame you. How's life on the Express so far? Who is it, though? I'll just say I miss them. Oh, is this supposed to be Kafka? Oh, really? Really, you don't believe me? I do. I know you can't see me, but I'm actually really happy right now. I knew it. As long as you're with them, I'm not worried. You should remember that, though. That too, okay, Kalis? I think this has to be Kafka just because the we either like the passenger, the trailblazer is very like one or the other. It's either like, oh, Kafka, we love you, or oh my gosh, I hate your guts. I don't know why there's no in between for that one, but okay. Oh, this is our first Luca text. Hey, Kalis, I'm Luca. I heard from Oleg that you fought in the Fight Club too. Are you free tonight? Come and watch my match. No problem, I'll be there. I don't think I've seen that sticker before. That's a promise. One thing though, something's weird's happening lately in my matches. I keep going against fully armed vagrants and automatons. Can someone with weapons and missiles really count as a Fight Club fighter? It's diluting the Fight Club. Fighting with weapons goes against everything the Fight Club stands for. A fighter should rely on one's own strength. Exactly! But then again, my robot arm is made of metal. I give up. No use overthinking it. No matter how the opponent chooses to fight, I'll win. Fighting! You can do it. Just remember to cheer for me. I agree. I saw something online that was like, Luca gives very like boy next door energy. The one that all the old grannies like try to pair you up with, and I agree with that. He definitely gives very much boy next door energy. Okay, so that one says, okay, so 2 and 3 are available. And it looks like we might be able to do 4 and 5 on Sunday's stream. Let's see, Silver Wolf is a debuffer, and then Sushang, I think, is a single target DPS. So the setup should be Sushang, and then we'll do Gepard, debuffer all the way in the back, and then my healer. Because unfortunately the positions that you put your teammates in also affects your battle, like how often they get hit and stuff like that, so you also have to be conscious of what position you put your team in, otherwise your team might fail. Because like literally just shuffling your teammates around can sometimes make it so you can win. Okay, so let's see. Enemies with surprise attack abilities will initiate a countdown based on your actions. When countdown ends, they will launch an attack that reduces stamina. These enemies will immediately appear but will not lock down the surrounding area. Exploring battle, picking up items, or using items each counts as one action. With each action, further the countdown timer. Okay, so we have to hit this guy within 3 turns, otherwise he'll take some of our stamina. Got it.
Time for a fun. Dodge this!
Is that all?
Don't your hands hurt? Time for a fun. Dodge this!
So far, my strategy when it comes to exploration
Can I
is
have
literally
fun time for a fun.
just like
Rise, Phoenix!
that chicken is so funny
is
every
double
time I
speed.
see it. But pretty much my game plan every time so far with exploration is just clearing the board so that I can get all the buffs. Okay, stamina, stamina. Because since the buffs in the surface level exploration roll over
More time
into
for a fun.
the deep exploration, it's really important to make sure that you get all of them at least at the surface level,
Never falter.
so that you can fight the stronger monsters in the lower levels.
Dead return.
Rise, Phoenix!
That ult is so funny. Okay. Alright, so either way. Oh! I forgot that picking up an item also counts as a turn. Ugh. I took some of my stamina just because I was clicking some
Time
stamina.
for a fun. Dodge this! Time for a fun.
I have never hit the pause button on my stream before, so I was very confused about it. I was like, what is... I hit something. I hit something. Make sure to actually fight the monster first. I can pick up things later.
Trickier to crack. This is double speed. Dodge this! Rise, Phoenix!
But yeah, the Phoenix in this capacity where it's still a chicken and has not evolved into a Phoenix yet, is just such like a good metaphor for Sushang because of the fact that she's still like a warrior in training and she hasn't quite hit that like
Time for a fun.
that level of power yet.
Time for a fun. This is double speed.
Stay close. Here stands the Silvermane God.
Ooh, we
You
don't
chose the wrong enemy.
use counter, so we don't want to
Eternal sleep.
The dead return.
hit him. Okay, so good to know that
Time for a fun.
that
Is that all?
Locha's ult counts.
You're not going anywhere. More enemies. Take this! Shape of Tyson Rise, Phoenix!
Okay, now we can use it. Now that we've made sure that we don't hit the pause button this time. We get Zila.
Time for a fun.
Oh,
We are
right.
forged
What
in
to
ice.
talk about? What to talk
Never
about?
falter.
This is double speed.
So I've heard people talking about, no, actually the first thing I want to talk about, if I'm going to talk about Genshin, I want to talk about how I think the RNG is rigged and that it favors people who have not done a certain action for a long time, and it will give you stuff versus the people who do things daily. Because so, as a lot of you know, I have been kind of taking a break from doing Genshin seriously. Like, originally, I was doing Genshin pretty much every single day, working really hard to get all the quests done, and the exploration done, and trying to get all the stuff done so I could get the battle pass, like that kind of thing. And I have been, oh shoot, what is the domain called?
Never falters.
I forgot what the domain is called, but it's the one in Inazuma that gives you the 4-piece set that's like purple and gold.
This is double speed.
And I have been farming that domain pretty much every single day for like 4 months or more. And I have not gotten... See, how should we swap out? Zila's another, like, single target DPS, though. We'll keep Sushang for now. But I've been farming that domain for quite literally like 4 to 5 months now, and I have not gotten the artifacts that I want, because I've been mostly aiming to get an artifact that has the main substat I want, and like it has like 4 for the main stat I want, and like 3 substats I want. And you would think, oh, farming for 4 months, you should have a full set of those. I do not. For the character I've been farming for, which is Chongyun, I have not, let's see, how exactly... I have a Google Doc tracking my artifacts because I'm that kind of nerd.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Let's see if it'll load.
Receive divinity.
Here it is. So I have Emblem of Severed Fate. That's the artifact I've been farming for. And it's been 4 to 5 months, and I do not... Out of the characters I own, there are 5 characters that use that artifact. Enemies with growth abilities will start a countdown based on your actions. When the timer reaches 0, they'll be strengthened, increasing their attack. Okay.
Time for a buzz.
And so even though I've been on that one for 4 to 5 months, I still, of my 5 characters, I still do not have artifacts, like full artifact sets that have the main stat and 3 of the substats I want. But I got Alhaitham recently, right? And I have not been, like, I have not touched this game. When it comes to like domain hunting for over a month and a half now, because of that, because of the burnout. And like the minute I got into the domain, after a while, I got almost a perfect artifact for Alhaitham. And I swear that's something that's happened before, where I'll kind of like take most of a break from Genshin, and then when I decide to start playing it again and I do my first artifact domain run, the artifacts I'll get out of it are so much better than any of the artifacts that I've spent months grinding for. and I find it very suspicious. Alright, what is this? Objective. Okay. That's one we've done before.
More enemies. Time for a fun.
I just noticed that Sushang, after she hits someone, like wipes her brow, like, oh, that was such a difficult workout.
Dodge this! Rise, Venus!
Playing Sushang is actually kind of fun. I might have to play her more on my main team. Or at least one of my side teams. Make sure that we do not touch the stamina because it counts as a turn.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a fun. This is double speed. Dodge this!
I've heard if you don't have the double speed on, the like 2x speed, she'll actually say something different. Like she acknowledges that she's part of the video game, but that like gives you so many lore questions that if she's aware she's in a video game. But then again, we also have Sampo's entire thing that he did, so guess it's not too surprising that she knows as well.
Time for a fun. Dodge this!
Is that all?
But yeah, so essentially my big rant aside is just essentially that I think Genshin's RNG is rigged.
Not a step back. Just give it up.
Oh, I didn't hit him in time.
Dodge this! More enemies. Time for a fun. This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed.
In the name of Lenda, a will forged in ice never falters!
You chose the wrong enemy.
Time for a fun.
There we go. But yeah, so as I stated, I'm very suspicious that the RNG in Genshin is rigged.
Rise, Venus!
I'd have a hard time proving it, but I feel it in my bones.
On my mark. Here stands the Silvermane God.
Bloom. Repay.
He called for backup too fast.
This ends here.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a fun. This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. You're not going anywhere! Let me through! Dodge this!
In the name of Landau, a will forged in ice never falters!
Stay close. Not a step back.
Yuck.
I'll
I
see you
just
off.
about had all the characters down, and then it's like, nope, here's more reinforcements.
Take this! Shape of Rise, Venus!
Quite literally, my least favorite mini boss to fight is this guy, and then
Is that all?
Scrovinger's other cat. Oh, I can't wait to see what that achievement is. Is this guy, the Silvermane Guard captain, and then that gorilla. Tanks are so annoying to fight. DPS mini bosses all the way.
Time for a fun. Rise, Phoenix!
Yeah. Let's see.
A will forged in ice never falters.
I don't think I've talked about this one before, but in my I guess webtoon update, my webtoon of the week to suggest. I have a few of them that I've started. That I would definitely like to suggest, but literally the one that there's literally no way to get from here to here in 3 turns. That is rigged. Oh my gosh, that is so rigged. That sucks.
This is double speed.
A will forged in ice never
But yeah,
falters.
so my webtoon that I'm currently reading that I would suggest is I Became the Tyrant of the Defense game. As you all know, I really like transmigrator, isekai stories. Oh. I'll take it. Enemies with summoning abilities will start a countdown based on your actions. When the countdown ends, a non-elite enemy will be summoned in an empty area. This enemy will immediately appear but will not lock down the surrounding areas. Interesting.
Time for a fun.
But yeah, so I Became the Tyrant of a Defense game is,
Dodge this! Time for a fun.
increase my volume so you all can hear me over the game. But, so, like I said, you all know I really enjoy transmigrator stories. And so, this guy, Serval, exactly that. He gets sucked into this really hard video game that's almost impossible to beat. He's like the only one of the people that's been able to defeat it, and should I swap out Silverwolf with Serval for this one? Just for type basis. Anyway, so he's the only one that's been successfully able to beat it, and then he gets sucked into the video game essentially, or he dies at the video game. I can't remember exactly. I've read too many of these with similar plots. And so, but it's like, it's almost like a broken game. Like, it is designed to make it so that you can't win this kind of game. It's a tower defense, just like the name implies. but think like Elden Ring, oh, what is the prior to Elden Ring? There's literally no way to get to this before they summon. And I can't bomb them, can I? I can bomb them? Was I just not paying attention to the fact that I could bomb? Oh my gosh. I am a fool, apparently. Anyway, but it's a tower defense game, and it's pretty much made so that you can't win it. Like, you have to be dedicated and insane to put in the amount of time and energy that's required to play this game to win. And so now he has to play it in real life, and he has to win, otherwise he will die. And obviously. And so, he has to gather subordinates to help him defend his castle. That's on the outskirts against monsters, and then over time he has to explore the dungeon that's underneath the castle, because if he can successfully clear the dungeon, the monsters will stop coming. But every single wave seems to be like set up to go against him. Like someone has cranked up the difficulty even higher than what the difficulty actually should have been, even on hard mode of this game. He encounters kind of the manager of the game, and he's like, what's going on? Why is this game... These are monsters I shouldn't be fighting for many levels yet. Why am I fighting them in like the first 2 rounds of the game? And the manager is like super shifty about it. He's like, oh, I can't tell you. I just can tell you that if you can survive this like almost cheating first few rounds, then you're going to get like a really good reward. Weakness. Okay. Who can I add? Let's add the Trailblazer. Well, actually I have Sushang as a destruction path already. What's a path I don't have? I don't have the hunt. Let's add donghua. What enemies do we have? Yeah, that team works. And so we don't... Oh, wait.
This song's for you.
Now you can go. But yeah, so he doesn't know why, even though this game's already on hard mode, it's even harder. Like, it's on hell difficulty. But he's just having to do the best that he can. But as you read it, you're like, kinda like, some of these characters seem like they know a little bit more about what's going on than you would initially think that they did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If I hit this guy first, let's see. Nihility, destruction. Alright. We will switch out. No, I need the tank. We'll keep as is. Oh wait.
Pretty good crowd today.
Anyway, and so I really suggest this one. The characters are interesting. The more you read it, you're like, how much does our main character's choices matter? Since this is a video game, I'm at least myself kind of questioning how much his individual choices matter with currently how the plot's playing out. So definitely I became a tyrant. Would suggest that one. Or I became the tyrant of a defense game. Really good. I just got finished reading Terminally Ill Genius Dark Knight. I don't have much to say about this yet. It's like 19 chapters that I've read. It's like, it's very traditional, like isekai into a video game. But I happen to have a lot of debuffs. Actually, it's kind of the opposite, because usually the main character's overpowered. This main character's not. He is just like... We'll trade you out for Silver Wolf. Yeah. Because usually they're overpowered, right? When they get into the new world, but this one, he set up his character to give him a lot of positive traits, but if some of you have played with the positive negative system in a video game, he gave himself a ton of positive traits, and so to balance it out, the game gave him penalty negative traits. But now he has to actually live as the character, and so he's trying to figure out ways to like get around his negative penalties. Including one which is being terminally ill, meaning he only has a year to live.
Forged in ice, never falters.
So that one, I'm not sure about it. I like it so far, but I might end up dropping it later. Definitely can suggest Transcension Academy to you. That one I just read chapter 70. The plot behind that one is he goes back. This one's one of those you go back in time kind of ones. Or he got into a new body. I can't fully remember. It's hard once you get really far into a series to like remember the beginning. Okay, we got through the surface. So I was right after all. Together, our relic hunting journey is gonna take on the world. Oh yeah, you can continue to explore the ruined depths at any ruins that you've already been through, but things will become even more dangerous. It's all up to how brave you are. Saying like, do you want to do the deep exploration, do it again, or do you want to move on to the surface of the next one? Let's do the deep exploration. Still we had a pretty good setup last time, so we'll just keep up with this one. Alright, now that I know about the bombs... So I need to get a bomb before I can even attempt to approach this character. Alright, there's a bomb. And then this is all the characters I have, so... As I said, I've read a lot of goes back in time, transmigrates, goes into someone else's, reincarnates. I've read too many of them. It's either he goes back in time or he possesses a new body. I think it's he goes back in time. But in Transcension Academy, he finds this web app, and this one gives you the ability to take courses from the gods. So, like, he takes like a muscle training class from Hercules, or he takes like a mentality and spirituality class from Buddha, like that kind of thing. So he's taking classes that start slowly giving him points to allow him to transcend, to go beyond the mortal plane. He is in a He is specifically in one of those like dungeon break worlds though. And so the things that he learns from the gods are allowing him to do better in the dungeon breaks, like to be able to fight better, have better mentality, things like that. And so it's a very unique path for like giving our main character more power. The main character is actually really cool too. The funniest thing though is to take his classes, he has to pay for them, just like any person going to college, where the classes from the gods are essentially his college. And anytime he's taking classes, it takes all of his money. And like, it's not small pocket change either. It's like a ton of money. And so he gets like millions of dollars running through these dungeons, but is instantly broke because of the fact that he has to spend it all to get new classes, or to take new classes for the Transcension Academy. Hence the title of the manga, or the webtoon.
Is that all?
Oop, wrong thing.
A will forged in ice never falters!
I'm still echoing quite a bit. I'm not quite sure how to make my voice stop echoing so much. Why did I say echoing? So weird. It's like, is it better when my microphone's really close to my face like this? Do I echo it less when it's this close?
Forged in ice never falters!
The dead return!
See, I don't feel like I echo less, because I feel like it's, I still peak really badly. It sounds clearer. It's less of an echo, though.
Time for a fun. Rise, Venus!
Continuing to mess around with my microphone.
Time for a fun.
Receive divinity. Repay.
Dodge this!
But yeah, so Transcension Academy I would definitely suggest.
Never falters!
Time for a fun.
Let's see. Okay, this monster next. I think they really wanted me to get Sampo first before fighting these monsters. But we did not do that.
This is double speed.
The dead return!
Can you all still hear me even if I put my microphone almost like on my desk? Let's see.
Rise, Venus!
Bloom.
I think you all might hear me better. Like, I have less echo if my microphone's like 50 feet away from me.
You're not going anywhere. This is double speed. Dodge this!
might have to move. If it sounds better this far away, I might have to move my microphone back so that it's not in the way of my hands.
Dead return!
This is double speed.
I think I sound a little loud though, but it's trying to sound louder than the game. Alright, a new relic. Ooh, okay, 3-part stamina.
Can I have fun this time?
I don't know, can you?
Time for a fun. Dodge this!
A will forged in ice never falters!
Getting the perfect microphone settings is just... it's a dream, guys.
More anime. Time for a buzz. Rise, Phoenix! Dodge this! This is double speed.
Okay.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a fun. Dodge this! Rise, Phoenix!
Okay. I'm pretty sure that I've already suggested the S classes that I raised, but I'm gonna suggest it again. It's still... I'm at chapter like 98 at this point. But yeah, so I'm at chapter like 98 now, and it's still good. I have not dropped it yet, so still definitely suggest. Alright, I will finally pick up the Sampo. Are you happy? Alright, level 3. Alright, I've been saving up bombs for you all. 1, 2, 3. So I wouldn't be able to get this one. Well, okay, so I'm not gonna be able to get this one regardless because if you look at it, because of the fact that if I use a bot, like, because 1, 2, 3, that gives me that one, but that means that this one's gonna get stronger. But if I bomb this one, that acts as a turn. So again, wouldn't be able to get to this one in time. If I... and then I also have to deal with this one, so it's like... It's like, do I want to take the stamina hit, or do I want to take... Because I'm going to get hit twice for stamina, or this one's going to get stronger. So far I haven't really had an issue with their strength, so I should take this one out first. And then let's add Sampo in. Yeah, it's all the different like people that have talked about microphone settings that I have researched so far was like oh, it needs to be like one hand length away from your mouth. But so far, the best thing that I've heard listening to my own audio is like 2 hand lengths away. This one needs Silver Wolf, so we'll take Sampo back out.
Time for a fun. Rise, Phoenix!
But that might just be because I'm like a naturally loud person, and so like what is normally most people just barely showing up, I'm over here just like, I'm a loud person, so my voice travels pretty far.
This is double speed.
But that also means that I probably need to move my microphone back to where it was, because if I don't need it that close to my mouth so that it can pick it up, it's kind of in the way where it is. Wonder if I can do that now.
Time for a fun.
I apologize for how this is gonna mess with my audio quality for a little bit. If I put it there, I think that's where I had it before. I swear, one of these days I'm going to have my audio set up where I don't need to mess with it, and that will be the day I win, everyone. Alright, I get to add another team member. What type do I not have? So that gives me destruction. I have a hunt. I think I need to add a the harmony path. So should we add Kafka or should we add Jin Yuan? We'll add Jin Yuan because he's better built than Kafka currently. Oh, I forgot there was another monster. Let's see. This one I need Sampo again.
Receive divinity.
It picks up my phone so well whenever I get my Obey Me updates. Alright, is that tap down? That is tap down. Okay, cool. Don't be like me, everyone. Don't forget there's another monster and just keep getting stamina drains because you're just clicking everything and ignoring the monster on the field. Okay, let's see, we got 2 summoners, but that should be easy enough to get. Then we'll keep Sampo on the team, and that should be good with my current setup. Alright, back to messing with my mic. I charge extra. He's so baby girl.
The dead return!
It's like I almost want to flip this upside down. Can I do that here? Anyway. Get the other monster. I should have actually looked at the attributes.
Let me through.
My microphone is almost fully pointing away from me. Why is that the best audio I've heard so far? That is so rude.
It'll heal. A will forged in ice never falters.
Move that over there. Flip that upside down. That's now above there. Wonder how that one sounds now. Okay, I'd say we're getting there. I'd say that sounds pretty good. I say that now, but then I'll listen to the recording later. It'll sound like absolute hot garbage. Okay. Level 5 out of 6. Sticky notes galore everywhere. Alright. Okay, gotta turn myself off so I can think. Alright, so this is fully locked out, so we have to waste at least one turn with the bomb. And if we do that here, this would be 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna take the stamina hit regardless. But I could use 2 bombs, do 1, 2, and then proceed to go down here before this one times out. Let's do that. Can I just bomb this one to begin with? Okay, but it doesn't affect this surrounding. Interesting. Alright, so Sampo's still good here, and then a fire type would be better, but I literally only have Asta. This is when I need, I think Himiko is also this red. This is when you definitely need Himiko. If I put the microphone right here, I wonder what it sounds like. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. I already done that. That doesn't sound too bad.
Repay.
You're not going anywhere. Rise, Venus!
A will forged in ice never falters.
Wonder if I should get a new sticky note for my Genshin gachas, because I'm getting full on the limited banner. Oh? Okay. Let's get this one. Let's trade you back out for Silver Wolf. And then, yeah, we'll keep Sushang.
Time for a fun.
I think I need to update both of my gachas anyway. Standard banner. This one's for, to keep track of pity. This is for Honkai. I didn't finish myself earlier. And then, 52 on weapon. I say Honkai as if there's not like 3 games. Honkai Star Rail specifically. Okay, so start getting my drops. I'm actually doing much better with stamina on this one compared to the last one. The last time when I was in the deep exploration, my stamina was like, I was eating into my health because I had no stamina. Oh, people can experience the luxury of having Gepard. Okay, that last part was when I was fully turned away from the microphone, so not too bad. Very echoey at that point, but... Alright, we should take care of the stamina one first. Take care of this one. Keep Silverwolf.
Time for a buzz. Dodge this! Rise, Phoenix!
I love that my microphone is just vaguely pointed toward me, and it's still the best,
Never falters.
the best,
Return!
sound I currently have.
Dodge this!
Oh, right, my note about side quests that I still need to do.
This is double speed.
And then we'll do the summoning next. And it looks like Sampo is needed for this one. So I get my Genshin pity. Limited banner for pity. So sad. So far I only have like 13 pulls saved up, but they're all for Zhongli. Weapon banners at 32. Lost to Kokomi's Donut. Just trying to get the bell, not the actual weapon, the bell, but the bell looking thing for Wanderer. And then standard banner, we got 43. So we're getting close on standard.
To betray my customers,
I charge extra. Freaking love that voice line. It's so funny. And it like shows so much of his character. But what's interesting, I was doing a daily quest yesterday where you get to play hide and seek again with the moles, and you get to play hide and seek with the moles, and you can decide to stay hidden if you would like. And if you decide to stay hidden, you actually stay there for like 3 days. You stay hidden for like 3 days. And Sampo is the one that finds you after you passed out from hunger because you stay hidden for 3 days. And he brings you back to Natasha's shop. And I think that is so funny. It seems like you can only get that daily quest once you played hide and seek with them when you're just running around, which I accidentally did that one time when I was doing the
Receive divinity.
the Warp Trotter quest.
The dead return.
So if you want that quest, you will have to, that daily quest, you'll have to do that. But I thought that was interesting for Sampo's character, that he's like, he found us passed out in an alley and he brought us to get medical attention. So that at least shows that he doesn't intend to harm us. Because he could have just let us starve to death there, but he didn't.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Redoing all my sticky notes. Man, I'm really sad that I can't pull for Lenny though. The more I see about Lenny, the more I wish I could pull for him, but he's right before Zhongli, so it's just not possible.
This is double speed.
Bloom. Repay.
Rise, Phoenix! Dodge this! Time for a fun.
Alright, there we go. We got our
Dead return.
name pronunciation sticky note rewritten so that I can put it on my monitor.
Time for a fun.
Okay, and then I have my reminders of quests to do. So I finally can move my sticky notes off.
Never falters.
We got that done. We have our mic supposedly in a good spot. Ooh, I'm getting glitchy over there. See, this is way more stamina than I had the last time I did this. Okay, full level 2 exploration done. Took me like an hour and a half to do both of them. But we have all of the accomplishments. So if you want an easy way to get literally all of the accomplishments, just completely clear out the floor. My microphone is literally like 1.5 feet away from my face, and yet this is the best audio I've ever had. It is so sensitive. Wait a minute, it's too quiet in here. Oh yeah, my fan went off. The power went off recently, so that means my fan is like half of the background noise, or not my fan, my air filter, and I forget that it gets turned off when the power goes out, so this might affect my audio quite a bit because it's right there. It's on my desk because I try to keep it going near my tower so that my tower has less dust gathering in it. I cannot tell for the life of me if you all can hear that, because I can literally hear it myself. Did that make my audio better now that it has to like cut out the sound of my air filter? Oh well. Anyway, Rune 3. I bet you all are just absolutely ecstatic to listen to me sitting here trying to figure out audio levels. I apologize for that, but it is the true streamer experience to sit here and struggle with them. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, Jinyuan and Tingyun. So it's going heavy with the Harmony class. Let's see. I guess with this setup, Tingyun is more fragile than Jinyuan is, so... Because she's purely a buffer character, isn't she? Trying to figure out what spot to put her on the team. Because the second spot's the one that gets hit the hardest, because it's a tank class. What is this? New enemy. Enemy with garrison abilities will strengthen themselves according to the number of unexplored areas surrounding them, increasing their own attack. These enemies will immediately appear but will not lock down the surrounding area. Defeat enemies with garrison abilities to obtain door cards. Okay, so it has the more spaces around it that are unexplored, the stronger it'll be. Use ancient relic to defeat the enemy. Okay.
Let's be friends.
Here, there's thunder. It'll heal.
But yeah, so from what I've seen so far is the person you put in your second spot is going to get hit the most. So you should, okay, so it's only the ones directly surrounding them and not any of the ones farther out, because you're not, I'm not getting the, weakened card anymore. But yeah, so your person who's in your second spot in this game is gonna be the one who gets hit the most. And so it's in your best interest, if you have a tank character, to put them in the second spot. The third spot and the first spot get hit kind of the same amount. And so that's where you put like your single DPS and your AoEs in that place, and your buffers and debuffers. And then your healer, I like to put in the fourth spot because I think they hit them the least. And so it's good for your healer to be there. At least in my opinion. So far I've done pretty well following that setup, but I haven't like looked into like the deep lore of the game to make sure that I'm 100% correct. But if you're having some issues fighting, maybe try that. And then
Here, there's thunder. The dead return.
A will forged in ice never falters.
But considering the time and the amount of time it took to do just the second level, I might go until we just get through all of the third just to... I might just get through the entirety of the third level, just to like... I know that I was late to my stream, so it's my penalty. Go a little bit over, yeah.
Fight is fun.
Also, I really want to know where people are getting the lore between Donghua, Jingyuan, and Blade, because I've done the entirety of the main quest, And I don't have that lore. And yeah, I'll see like the beginnings of TikToks because I'm always like, oh no, don't spoil me. Where it's like, here's the deep lore between these three, and I'm like, where are you all finding this lore? I have not seen any of it. Is it just like I'm not reading the files that are around on the Xian show?
Welcome, customers.
Here, this thunder.
Okay. Back to my webtoon selling. Isekai walking. I think I have suggested that one before, but I will definitely still suggest it. I'm on chapter 34. That one's actually a manga, it's not a webtoon, meaning that it has a Japanese producer, not a Korean one. Ooh, a bomb, finally. Oh, there we go. Now we're running out of stamina. New enemy. What's this one? Enemy with support abilities will strengthen enemies in the surrounding area and could increase their attack. Oh. Okay, so I could get to this one in time, but this one would boost its attack. So, let's bomb that one, which did not help because it used up one of my... I should have bombed the stamina one. A fool. Yep, no, that's a good setup, still. Just as the name says, it's an isekai. He goes into another world. It's one of those, he looks like he doesn't have any good skills, and so the kingdom that summoned him tosses him out. But actually he has a really good skill. It allows him to level up just from walking, but it does have to be him walking. He can't like ride a cart and get experience from it. He has to actually be physically walking to gain that experience. So it's not like super cheaty, but it does give him a leg up, and it actually shows like some of the politics that would come being an adventurer. You can't just like destroy all of the monsters in the local area, because by doing that it makes it so that the ecology is completely destroyed, because they're still animals even if they're monsters. So it actually gets into like some of the thought process that would go behind living in this like fantasy, almost video game like world. So that one's still good, would still suggest it. I'm gonna reread Nano Machine, and I think Nano Machine's a donghua. I think it has a Chinese author. I'm not 100% sure on that one though. So far, I'm like 87 chapters into it, but there's 166 of them released, and it's been a while since I read it, hence I'm gonna start from the beginning again. But at least currently I suggest Nano Machine. It's one of those cultivation donghuas. Okay, we got multiple supports. So let's bomb that support. I'm such a fool. Over here just like, I am an idiot. But Nano Machine, if I can remember, is a go back in time? Or oh my gosh, guys, why am I picking all the manga that I don't remember the beginnings of, whether it's a transmigrator, isekai, or reincarnation one? This looks bad on me, I'm sure. I think it's a go back in time one. Do not quote me on that though. No, it's not. That's not. He doesn't go back in time. One of his descendants does. Yes. Okay. No, it's coming back to me as I think about it. So he's one of those, like, his father is the person that's in charge of the sect, right? And if y'all don't know what a sect is, S-E-C-T, it's like a clan or a group of people. But he's like the youngest, and he has the least political and financial support, obviously, underdog, right? And he's about to get murdered before going to the academy that you have to train at, when his descendant, one of his his descendants comes back to the past and injects him with a nano program that will help him get stronger. Because it like helps him train and digest Chinese medicine and stuff like that easier. Okay, we're starting to use up health to explore. That's okay. Okay, support, elite. There's no way to get to the elite in time. Can you bomb the elite? You cannot. But there's no way to get to them in 3 moves. No matter how you did this, so you might as well just do it slowly. Yeah. These are still good. And so that's what it is. Yeah, his so he gets a program that helps him. It's the usual like system that you see in Chinese donghua, that is helping him get stronger. And it's about him, it's a lot of political stuff. It's about him getting like finding good talents at this training academy to become part of his group so that he can build up like the power he needs to be able to fight against his other brothers, because he's trying to get revenge, or both find out the person who killed his mother and then get revenge. He knows it's someone high up in his sect and that it's most likely one of his brother's supporters. So he needs to build up his power so that he can fight them. And so far it's pretty good. It's pretty well thought out. I usually don't really like things that are heavy in the political drama kind of situation, but this one's been written well enough that even though I'm like 87 chapters into it, I'm like still interested. It's got enough fighting and like system to like keep me invested. But then again, I did read like 200 pages into a mostly political romance drama manga. I think it was also a donghua, not a manga. And so I have a lot of patience before getting bored, unless it's like the first chapter. You have like the first 3 chapters to get me invested in something before I just drop it. But if I see good edits on TikTok of a webtoon, I will sometimes skip like the first 5 chapters, and then I'll just be like, and then I'll just keep rolling with it, because for some reason, like after the first 5 chapters is when authors like hit their stride and the webtoon, manga, whatever, gets better suddenly. So let's see. It looks like I should take out Yeah, we'll do this.
Will forged in ice never falters.
Oh, this one's kind of fun. I think it's a webtoon, but it might be a donghua, so I'm not quite sure. The heavenly demon can't live a normal life. So, this one is someone, instead of it being from our world, this person, is actually from Murim. I'm struggling, guys, trying to think on how to say this. I need, like, Sampo for this one. Which I do not have. So, I think I will do this again. I think it's Murim, but it's like fantasy ancient China with cultivation abilities that a lot of donghua are placed in. So that's where our main character comes from. They do not come from Earth. They come from fantasy ancient China. And so he was the heavenly demon, which is something you'll hear a lot in Murim donghua. And he dies. I cannot remember exactly how he dies, whether it's just of old age or betrayal. I think it was betrayal, though. And he gets reincarnated in the traditional fantasy monster kind of medieval Europe-esque thing that most isekais in are part of, right? Fantasy ancient Europe. And so he cannot, he doesn't want to leave a normal life, which is what a lot of the people who are reincarnated want to do. He doesn't even want to adventure. This man was the heavenly demon, meaning that he was like kind of evil. A lot of times the heavenly demon represents like the darker aspects of people, and so he is a battle maniac. He wants to fight, and so he wants power. So this is not one of those like, oh, I want to live a peaceful life if these people would just leave me alone, that a lot of isekais fall into. And I just happen to be like super overpowered. No, this one is like, he does not want to bend his head to anyone, and so he will, he has every intention of, taking over the entire empire. And so he has to retrain his body so that he can use his abilities from when he was the heavenly demon, and he has to get loyal subjects and start training them up and dealing with the political situations. But it's so interesting how the like, again, I know I'm suggesting a lot of politics heavy show webtoons, and I know I stated I'm not really a big fan of them, but so far the ones I've suggested do politics in an interesting way instead of it just being palace court drama politics. Maybe that's the politics I don't like. Enclosed space politics. Because I'm not a big fan of like hospital politic dramas either. I could never get into any of them because of that reason. The like hospital shows. But yeah, so...
Here, this thunder.
Oh no, my sticky note.
The dead return.
My sticky note's not sticking to my computer as well as I thought it would. They're very old sticky notes. I'm one of those people that, like, I'll just keep using a sticky notepad until it runs out, and so it takes a while. Because I now have the Notes app on my phone, so most of the time instead of using physical sticky notes, I just use, like, the Notes app on my phone. Really tempted the next time I go buy sticky notes, though, that I'll be able to... I'm gonna get Sampo. I really needed Sampo, like, a bunch of times. To get... Have you all seen those sticky notes that, like, as you take them out, it starts to form, like, a little scene? I would really want one of those. Alright, we'll switch her out with Sampo.
Conflict is pitiless.
Yeah, I got distracted. So, and so it's interesting seeing the politics of this turnaround because, like, in this, like, noble fantasy, you have the power plays that go on between nobles, but it's much more like politicians. Like, they would rather, talk than actually fight, or threaten to fight you, but not actually want to fight. Last level. And not actually want to fight. And so, Sampo, yeah, same team. Because they're, like, pretty much cowards themselves, and they throw around the names of other big people, while our main character is like, no, I'm gonna be the one fighting you. I, as the person that's from Noble House, I am going to be on the front lines with my men, if not the one leading the charge myself. And so it really makes an interesting dynamic because of his soldiers trust him a lot because of the fact that he is so willing to be on the battlefield with them. Like, he is not gonna stand back in the safe area and, like, escape at the end if he feels like he is going to get attacked. He is, like, right there with them. He is, if not, like, telling them to stand back so that he can get his, like, battle mania out of the way. So this one's also good. I am a little confused. It might just be because I use the yo-ho-ho sites, but his hair is, like, white for a bit of time, and then it goes back to black, and so I'm just kind of like... Was that just the editors having an issue? And then it looks like I should take out Sampo and add Zila back in. So that's another one I suggest, is the Heavenly Demon can't live a normal life. Because by the name of it, you'd think it's one of those, like, oh, I got isekai'd and I just want to live a nice, slow life. And no, this man is battle maniac.
It'll heal. Conflict is pitiless.
Okay. I suggest this one heavily. It is a webtoon. The Return of the Disaster Class Hero. But my biggest issue is trying to explain this one to you all. I am 73 chapters into this. And it's not isekai, it's not reincarnation, it's not goes back in time, it's not any of those. It's a world that does, where monsters have invaded it, right? And so they get power, not from, like, a video game system, but from the zodiacs. It's getting more and more dangerous the deeper we go. Lucky you're here, otherwise these relics would end up being our graves. As predicted, we're seeing more valuable relics the deeper we go. Now's no time to give up. Let's drill on down to the depths. That one only took about 20 minutes to get through that one. To get through the first layer. Speaking of which, we're getting quite a few of the... Not you. A few of these guys, so let's... It's the same one Kafka uses, so let's boost her up a bit so that I can use her a bit. Man, that sticky note's not gonna stick, I guess. That's fine. I'll leave it, like, right there. Where's my... Oh, because it's the basic. I can't... It's not an exchange. Pretty good, pretty good. Man, why does everyone use the Dreamcatcher? I swear, I have been working on that Dreamcatcher for ages. Like the calyx that you have to do to get to grind those. I love how much Stellar Jade that, this game just spits out for you to have. Maybe because it's still early game. We got an achievement. Inflict 5 quantum breaks in a single battle. And then use Silverwolf to apply different type weaknesses for a total of 3 times to a single enemy in a single battle. I guess that's some ways that you can get, like, character-specific achievements, even if you didn't get that character, is in, like, events like this where you can use them as a trial character. Otherwise, you'd never be able to get those. And then... What are you going to give me? We're getting close to 50. It's only when I get to 50 naturally that I'm willing to buy this. Because there's no point in buying this bottom part if you're not at level 50. But I'm kind of tempted to get this. But that's like the 4-star for Blade, which I do not have Blade. I want to see how many pulls I can get. Because I would love to do a pull right now. 6. 6 and 9. That's so close. Probably by the end of this event, I'll have enough to do a limited banner pull. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, just keep up what we've been doing. Gepard and Locha, just the best. Oop.
Welcome, customers.
This thunder.
Not really. They're all very different. Monty must have heard me talking, and since he can't physically see that it's me, he's freaking out about it, so he wants to alert my parents to the intruder. But it's just me.
A will forged in ice never falters.
That's, I think, the hardest part of any gacha game is just saving, because gambling really is like an addiction. As I've stated before, I could never trust myself to go to Las Vegas, so I just never will. Unless I have like very strict things set up in place, because I know that I'm one of those people that would probably gamble away their entire fortune. But like, there's so many times where I'm in this game being like, man, I just want to pull just for the sake of pulling. Just to get that like rush of just like, what will I get? Will I get something good? Will it be like a fluke pull, like that kind of thing? Oh, okay. I have one bomb, and we should use the bomb for that one. Let's do that. Take care of that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And just make sure I don't pick up anything and use up a turn. You know what? Now that I think about it, why am I using Trial Genuine? I have Genuine. Maybe it's just I assume the trial version will be better set up than my Genuine is. Okay, one support down. Second support.
A will forged in ice never falters.
Conflict is pitiless.
Is that a...
Fight is one!
Show no mercy.
And then all the supports are gone, so let's take care of this one now.
Here, this thunder.
Oh, right. So, the Zodiacs, right, I got very distracted.
Never falters.
The Goldfish brain. But anyway, so the Zodiacs are the ones that are assisting the humans in this new fight against the monsters. And so, the 12 Zodiacs, like, there are 12 people chosen as the avatars for each of the Zodiacs. So someone for Aries, someone for Cancer, someone for Libra, that kind of thing. And then you have...
The dead return.
I'm gonna get flamed if I forget his name. I think it's Lee Gunn. You have another character who's our main character who fights alongside of the Zodiac avatars. He's just like a normal person. And one thing that the avatars can do is they can take on subordinates, and those subordinates get power through them. So like you have Sagittarius, the avatar of Sagittarius, who gets the majority of Sagittarius's power. Now the avatar of Sagittarius, we'll take care of this one first and then this one, can then bestow the zodiacs Sagittarius's power on other people. Now those people will not have as much of Sagittarius's power as the avatar does. He's like the captain in a group, right? He has the most power, and everyone below him has less and less power. And the more subordinates he has, kind of the less and more powerful they are. Because the more people that believe in the Zodiac, the more power that Zodiac has. So the more subordinates the Avatar has, the more powerful the Zodiac then becomes, because there are so many people believing in them. And so then that gives more power for the Avatar to share with the people. Like that kind of thing. But they have a limit to how many people they can give any good amount of power to. And so but our main character, Lee Gun, is fighting alongside the avatars, but he was never blessed by either a Zodiac or by the avatars. He has no constellation power whatsoever. But he is able to fight on par with them or better. And this makes them really, really jealous. Because they're the chosen ones. They were the avatars of the constellations, the Zodiac. So why is Lee Gun able to fight on par with them? And so they end up going to what they think is the final boss, the final dungeon. And when they're in the dungeon, someone stabs Lee Gun in the back. And they think that they kill him. Of course, being our main character, I would say of course he doesn't die, but some of these recent isekais, the characters do die, and then they just come back as like necromancers or something, or the undead. So I can't say of course he doesn't die, but starting to eat into my own health. And then now, this is why we went and got Sampo. But he is stuck in the final dungeon fighting monsters for like many years, until eventually he's able to kill all of them and then leave the dungeon. And so he finds out that the Zodiacs, while he was gone, have stolen all of his equipment, taken all of the money in his accounts, and then he's friends with some of the Zodiacs, and he sees that some of his the only Zodiacs that he's friends with are like left destitute, and so he's trying to get all of his equipment back, while also there's no way to do this, because even if you bomb this one to make this one less strong, they're still gonna take my stamina. And then there's also this one, so they're gonna get stronger regardless. So it's either strong with support, or it's they increase their own strength anyway, or stamina doesn't matter. I'm completely out of stamina. So that's gonna be taking a hit anyway, so we don't care about this guy as much. It's just whether I want to fight it with supports or let's... Oh, I can't because it's an elite. Okay. Oh, I could bomb these two. There we go. Now the elite's gonna rank up on their own, but that's fine. Oh, I let them rank up twice. Oops.
Show no mercy.
see how hard this one is since they ranked up twice. His little hee-hee is so cute. But yeah, so he gets out and he's trying to find out which of the Zodiac avatars is the one that stabbed him in the back and left him for dead, or like which ones were collaborating to do that. He also has to get his equipment back, prove that the Zodiacs are actually evil, the avatars, to the people, because while he was stuck in the dungeon, the Zodiacs were consolidating their power and kind of making people dependent on them. But of course, we can't just have the Zodiacs be evil. There has to be something else going on in the background. So there's also something else afoot at the same time. So it's pretty interesting. It's also interesting to see how like the avatars have used their powers to make different things, and to see them fighting monsters, and then also just seeing Lee Gun beat people up. I myself enjoy an overpowered protagonist myself that's just seeking revenge, as long as they like actually follow through with it. And considering what happened in the most recent chapters, anyone who's read it, that scene between Lee Gun and Libra's son, they kind of pass it off for less brutal than it is, but it's really brutal, conceptually. So, Lee Gun is actually following through with his,
I charge extra.
threats on revenge against the other characters. So at least where I currently am at chapter 73, definitely suggests the return of the disaster class hero. This is why, even though the stamina is eating at my health, I explore the entire board, because usually there's enough health packs that you can go through it without it being an issue. Plus you get some of your... Oh, maybe it's only on the surface level, but on the surface level you can get some of your stamina back. Let's take out the stamina drain, even though I don't have any stamina to drain. And can I take out... Well, the support one doesn't matter because it doesn't have a timer. Now it matters. Still a good setup, so we'll keep running with it.
Conflict is pitiless.
But yeah, we'll definitely end the stream once I get done with the deep exploration for rune level 3, which we're getting close. Okay, Arcane Sniper. I feel like I'm just going down my list of things I've read since the last time I talked to you all as my suggestions, just because like I feel like this is very repetitive. And so I feel like it would be pretty boring to just watch me play this and just not talk. Especially because I have auto mode on. But tell me if you find the suggestions kind of boring too. I might start adding them to TikToks too, just instead of only doing the filters, also add in some webtoon and donghua and whatnot suggestions. Arcane Sniper. This is one I reread because it'd been a while since I'd read it, and it had like 50 new chapters. Arcane Sniper... I'm like...
Betray my customers. I charge extra.
I'm iffy about this one, honestly.
Show no mercy.
It's a good read, like it's better than other ones, but I'm like... It's not my favorite, I'll say. It's interesting enough to keep reading, but I feel like I might drop it eventually in the future. So in the beginning, we have our main character. He's a sniper for the Korean military, and he's at the sniping range. He's helping one of his lieutenants, or just the person in charge, I can't remember their exact rank, to move ammo, but the ammo was not stored properly, and so it exploded, and it resulted in him having he can like move his legs to a degree, but he's mostly disabled and has to use a wheelchair. But they're not like fully paralyzed. And he's like very depressed because of the loss of his legs, and which is completely understandable. And so his cousin, there's a recent VR game that's full immersion, Sword Art Online-esque kind of thing, that allows you to go into the video game and would allow him to okay, we can get Clara first because there's no countdown. It's only my health. This is the last level, so I might as well use up my bombs. It's not like I can use them in other areas. Oh, that was a big jump in health. Perfect. I don't think Sampa would be very useful here, so we will throw Zila in. But yeah, he's very depressed, and so his cousin gets him into this new VR game that's full immersion, because in the game he'd be allowed to walk. There does seem to be some, like, there might be a time element eventually, but it's so far not goes back to the past. But we do see some flashback or some flash forwards of something that might happen in the future. So he's playing the game. He's like super excited that he's able to walk now in the game, and so he's having a lot of fun just running around. And then he gets to his class choice, like when he gets to choose what class to be, whether it's like a mage or a warrior or whatnot. And he finds out the game has guns, but to balance out guns, because they are the highest range damage class in the game, is they make them incredibly hard to get to fire accurately.
Illusions of the past.
And so a lot of people don't pick guns in the game because it's like a 50% chance of hitting. Now that's only if you use the aim assist. And so he turns off the aim assist, and he increases the synchronization, like how much you feel, like how much of the game you feel. Like if you got hit in game and your arm got cut off, like how much of that would you feel in real life? And so he's able to fire pretty accurately now because of that. And but he only gets he's originally gonna pick mage, because this is one of those ones where like the VR game becomes like almost a part of the economy, and so like things that happen in the game affect the economy outside of the game, and so you can make a living playing the game. And so he intends to play the game to make enough money that he can
disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
That's fun. He intends to play the game so that he can get enough money for a surgery that should allow him to walk again in real life. And so he's very like, I gotta make sure, I can't just play this game for fun. I have to make sure that I can make some money off of it. Nice. Alright, and so these guys are not open yet, but they should be open by the time I stream on Sunday. And so that's all. I told you I would get through that today, and so I wouldn't leave it for another day. I don't think we at most have enough for another pull. Nope, not even another pull. We're still saving up to do a 10 pull, because I have like pretty good pity on the weapon banner, 52. So our goal is to pull on Kafka's banner to see if we can get her 5-star weapon. but we won't be like too sad if we aren't, because we have her 4-star weapon. What I am mostly pulling for is Herta's character card, because I do not have it yet, and I really do want that. So that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching and for listening to me rant about webtoons. But yeah, so about Arcane Sniper, let me finish. So he can't really enjoy the game. So he's intending to pick Mage, but something happens and the game almost forces him to pick the Musketeer or the gun route. And so it's him trying to use an almost unplayable game mechanic that actually has quite a few main storyline quests attached to it, and him being able to find the courage to live his life the way that he is currently forced to, and like acknowledge his disability and learn and like that there are ways to enjoy life even though he is disabled at this point, but also the hope that there might eventually be a medical treatment that he can get for it and to not like succumb to the depression. I state that, but then I might also be overstating how much it picks on that, because I wish it went further into it, and so I pick up really heavily on those points when they talk about his disability, because like sometimes I do feel like the story almost glosses over his disability and is only using it as a like, this is why you should pity the main character. So that's why I'm like iffy about Arcane Sniper, because it almost seems to be using the fact that he's disabled just for pity points and not actually as like a key point of the story that they could like work with. Anyway, so that one, it's good, but be aware that it might be triggering for some people with disabilities, and how lightly the story takes it. And so thank you all for watching. I will be here on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will try not to be late this time. Sorry about that. Real life errands got in the way. I'm so sorry. And we will continue doing the treasure hunt event. We can probably finish it next time. So that means that Wednesday of next week, we will get back to side quests, map completion, and companion missions. And also, I believe next Wednesday might also be when Genshin Fontaine drops. So anyone who is excited for Fontaine, I wish you the best on your gacha rolls if you're pulling for Lenny or for oh my gosh, Dice Mommy, what is her name? Yelan. And so I wish you all a great weekend and lovely sleep or a good and productive day. Thank you very much, and goodbye.